Are you headed to Alaska this summer, but you have no idea what to pack? Well, then this video is for you. When Mark and I went to Alaska, we were so excited and we couldn't wait to go. But we were also stressed out about what to pack and how much to pack. Overall, I am notoriously an overpacker, and I can tell you that I kept that same philosophy on my trip to Alaska. So I want to share what to pack and what worked for us. So here are some packing essentials. The first one is you want to bring warmer clothes and you want to bring lighter clothes. I say this because the weather in Alaska can definitely change, so you never know what you're going to get. When we were there, it was actually unusually warm and we had a lot of sunny days, and they kept telling us over and over again that this was not usual and how lucky we were. And we do feel lucky because we had beautiful weather. Even though the weather was beautiful and it was warmer than usual, I still had to wear a sweatshirt or a sweater of some sort every day. It was very rare that I took that off and just went in a t-shirt. I also brought a layered jacket that I got on Amazon. And so the two layers, the layer underneath was fleece and the layer on the top was more of a shell. And it was a waterproof shell, so that I knew that I was always prepared for what the weather would be. And for the most part, since we had such good weather, I really only wore that fleece shell. I think I only had to wear the whole coat with the waterproof shell only once. Like I said, it rains a lot in Alaska. Alaska is actually in a tepid rainforest, so they have a lot of rainy weather. So since they have a lot of rainy weather, another packing essential would be any rain gear. So a raincoat, if your coat's not waterproof. I happen to bring that double layer one, which worked perfectly for me. You want to bring an umbrella with you. I packed a little compact umbrella that I was able to put in my suitcase in my checked bag so that I had it with me. Depending on the cruise line that you go on, they might provide umbrellas, but we brought our own just in case. You also want to bring comfy shoes. You want to be able to walk and be comfortable. But not only do you want comfy shoes, you want waterproof shoes. That's really important because you don't want your feet to get wet. Because if your sneakers or your shoes are more mesh or have some openings and are not solid enough to keep the water out, your day could be miserable and you could end up with wet feet. And that doesn't make anybody happy at all. You also want to make sure that you pack plenty of socks. We brought several pairs of socks, and I didn't bring ankle socks. I brought like cruise socks so that I could pull them up a little bit more so that my ankles were completely covered. Again, if it's chilly, if it's rainy, you don't want to have ankle socks and have your ankles get all wet. For me, that worked completely to be able to wear those with my sneakers. That helped me a lot. Another thing that you want to remember to bring is your binoculars. You are in an absolutely beautiful place. The scenery in Alaska is breathtaking, and there's so much wildlife that you probably will be able to see from your ship. You definitely want to have your binoculars, and you can buy an inexpensive pair of binoculars right on Amazon. Little compact ones. I bought some. I can put them in the link below in the description. I loved having them. They were small, they weren't heavy, they were easy to pack, and they were a must because we use them a lot. When we went on our cruise, we had a balcony room, which I actually highly recommend on an Alaska cruise because there is so much scenery to see that there was times we sat on our balcony with our binoculars and we just checked out all the wildlife and all the beauty around us. Another essential that you want to bring, and it might seem obvious to you, is to bring a camera of some sort. Even if it's your phone, if you have a newer Android phone or a newer iPhone, those cameras on those phones are phenomenal. The zooms are great. You definitely want to have something with you to be able to capture the beauty around you so you could share your memories, look back, and share your memories with others. We did that. We always pack a lot of camera equipment anyway. because of what we do and how we vlog, but definitely bring a camera or have a good phone with you so you can capture those beautiful images and the great wildlife and the absolutely stunning scenery. I want to get back to clothes for just a minute because where I got a little caught up was, okay, I know I have to bring layers, I know I have to bring warm clothes, but really what am I bringing? So Mark and I did the same thing. So what I'm sharing with you can be for male or female. I really feel like it's across the board. What I did is I brought some clothes to wear while I was on the ship, maybe to wear to dinner, a couple of nice things. But for the most part, when I got off the ship, I knew I was going to wear my jeans and my sneakers and my fleece and a sweatshirt. That was kind of my uniform when I got off the ship. I actually wish I brought more pairs of jeans. I just brought 2 pairs of jeans. I brought a black pair and I brought, you know, a regular denim color pair. And I actually wish I brought more because I wore those all the time for every excursion. So if you look back at any of our videos, I'm wearing like my jeans every day because they were heavy duty. They kept me warm. They weren't too hot if it got nice out. And I just felt really comfortable in them in the environment that we were in. For me, leggings or anything like that, I wouldn't have been comfortable in off the ship, and I might not have even been warm enough depending where we were. So jeans were like a score for me, and I wish I brought more. But again, I'm an overpacker. 2 pairs of jeans might be enough for you. I actually feel like I didn't bring enough sweatshirts. I brought sweaters and maybe more dressy sweaters to wear on board to dinner and things like that. But I feel like I didn't bring enough sweatshirts. So I actually bought an Alaska sweatshirt. I bought a couple of them and I wore them all the time off the ship. They were much more comfortable for me under my fleece, or if I took my fleece off and I just wanted a sweatshirt, it worked perfectly. And again, that worked because I was able to layer. So I would have a t-shirt on, I would have my sweatshirt, and then I would have my fleece jacket over it. So again, if I took my fleece jacket off and wanted to tie it around my waist, I at least had my sweatshirt on. I think there was one day where it got really warm. It was 70 something degrees and it was the day we were in Juneau and I could just wear a t-shirt. But even that didn't last too long depending on where we went that day. Some other things you want to pack that you don't want to forget are your sunglasses. If you do have a bright and sunny day in Alaska, you definitely want to have your sunglasses with you. So don't forget that. Also, don't forget to bring your bathing suit. There's probably a hot tub or a pool or a spa on board and you might want to go swimming. So don't forget your bathing suit. A couple of other essentials also would be a winter hat or a scarf or gloves. For our particular cruise, we never had to use them. So maybe that's a bad example for our experience. But you might want to check out what the weather's going to be like and at least bring a hat and gloves. It could be handy. We actually did need a hat one day. We got up very early in the morning, like 4 a.m. because we were going into Glacier Bay and we wanted to watch us enter into Glacier Bay. And I wore a hat that day, but it was very, very early in the morning and it was chilly on deck. So don't forget your hat and scarf and gloves. And last but not least, bring insect repellent with you. If you are off the ship and you are walking through the forest or you're going anywhere, we had one day when we went to see Mendenhall Glacier and it was about a mile hike for us to get there. And we were walking through the woods and they have some mosquitoes there in Alaska. So bring your insect repellent. You can buy a little travel size. That's what I did. I kept it in my backpack and it was very handy. Don't forget that insect repellent because you might not think about it. So you might as well buy it here and not have to buy it on the ship or import. There's so many things that you can bring with you on an Alaska cruise, but I feel like these are the bare essentials. Your layers, your sweatshirts, comfortable clothes, comfortable shoes, waterproof shoes, rain gear, anything like that. Those are really the basics, and I think you'll be all set for your Alaska cruise. If you've been on an Alaska cruise and you think I've forgotten anything, please make a comment below. Again, these were the things that we brought, what worked for us, but I'm interested to hear what you brought with you and what worked for you. We can share it with the community. If you like this video, then check out this playlist right here when we went on our Alaska cruise.